The podcast you are about to listen to contains at least one of the following: strong language, disturbing topics, abusive opinions, generally things that aren't appropriate for little kids or overly sensitive people. So, if any of that stuff's going to get your nose out of joint, this is your chance to turn it off. Welcome to I Had to Say It, the podcast where I talk about things that I feel need talking about, and sometimes they're not getting the attention they deserve. And your feelings, they're not under consideration.
Hey everybody, welcome to I Had to Say It. Today joining me is Yetti Yeff of the 8750 podcast, and we are going to talk about whatever the hell we decide to talk about. Hi, Yeff.
Hey,
Tell people
buddy.
about yourself.
Well, my name is Yeff. I do a show, and it is called, it doesn't rhyme with 8750. So I've named my podcast a number. Wild. 8750. You type that into your podcast machine, and out comes a Yeti boy. We have good times. It's basically chronicling my going through different friends. If you start at the very beginning of the podcast and you go all the way to now, there's a whole bunch of people that come and go. And it's fun. You never know when they're going to leave or when we're going to have a fight. But we have some fun. We laugh about stuff. I give advice to people on the internet who drink too much Mountain Dew and have lost too many brain cells. It's a good time. Aaron's on there a lot. We play D&D.
Yes, we
have
did.
You talked about that on your show?
I have not talked about the D&D yet.
Thanks, Aaron.
Hey, you are literally the only show I've ever given a actual Aaron Red endorsement to, so you should feel special.
That's true. Aaron for a while was like, "Hey man, can I have like a promo or something like that?" And I was like, "No." Because no one cares about a promo, man. But if they like you, they trust you. They have faith in Big Gorilla. And if Big Gorilla gives a personal endorsement, that might move the needle a little bit. It didn't, but I thought it would.
Well, you got to understand, I don't have them big Yeti numbers. I just got a couple guys that seem to think I'm pretty funny. And
please, I have the Titanic, and it is sinking swiftly.
No. Biden's the Titanic.
In the words of Aaron, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. Exactly.
Yeah, just have a podcast that nobody listens to. That'll be fun.
Well, that's what I do. No, I shouldn't say that. I do have some very good listeners, people that have, reached out to me, said like, hey, well, actually a lot of other podcast shows. Apparently I am popular in the podcast demographic of
because
middle-aged angry guys.
You make these fucking lists. Am I allowed to swear on this?
Oh, you should check out a couple of the episodes, Yeffi. One of my episodes, I refer to the governor of Illinois as a jelly-filled fuck muppet. That's just, to tell you where the bar's at.
So yes.
Oh yes, please.
What was I saying? Oh, because you make these fucking lists on Twitter. And have you told your show about this epic story?
Well, which one? The one where after you told me to stop putting you on the list, I started doing it more?
Yeah. So I was like, I have one condition then, goddammit. I need to be first on that list or else you leave me off. And I thought that might dissuade Aaron. It did not dissuade Aaron. So now he puts me right at the top of that damn list. And it's like 5 times a day of, hey, here's a list of podcasts that I'm listening to. And here's who, and by the way, you always attach it to somebody who's like, I'm looking for podcast recommendations. They ain't looking for podcast recommendations.
Oh, no,
they're looking
not.
for engagement. And then what happens is all these fuckers that you post or that you tag in there. And by the way, if you fuckers are listening, hi fuckers. Then they're all like, oh, thank you so much, Aaron. Like, wow, what a great list of fellow creators to be a part of. Shut up, nerd. Shut up, nerd.
Yeah, no, it's all about gaming the logarithms and trying to get visibility up there. And my theory is the other people that go to those posts like, oh, here, I'm going to throw my show up there. They might see some other things and be like, oh, here, let me go check out this. Because the theory is podcast people listen to podcasts.
I know. I have found that out as well because a lot of like you are one of my patrons. You're one of my biggest supporters. You have a podcast. As a matter of fact, I think I'm on that podcast right now. What I want to start doing though is I've been making clickbait.
Yeah, I love the clickbait.
Clickbait. Yeah, I keep calling it clickbait. But what it is a clip of the podcast with a foxy bitch on it because Aaron, I think I've cracked the code. if you put a sexy chick on something you want people to look at, they're more likely to look at it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
It's crazy. So when you put me in those big old lists, I'm going to put a chick with big titties.
and that drives the numbers.
Right
And,
to all
and
those
then,
people.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, you get like 300 fucking Korean spam bots following you in one day.
I have noticed an influx of those Korean spam bots. So yeah, I'm just going to have a big titty chick with a audio clip attached to that of me yelling about Mountain Dew. So
yep, the nectar of the tards.
Next stop, the moon, buddy.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna be more than willing to ride your coattails to glory. I tell you.
I'm bringing you with me. You're one of my favorites. Plus, you haven't texted me half hour before a show and told me that you quit. So you know what? You're in good graces.
Yeah, well, it's always nice when the bar's that fucking low.
Oh, dude, you could trip over it.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I honestly do enjoy your show, and that's why you're on the list. Even though actually, that's one of the reasons you're on the list, and the fact that it drives you a little bug shit is just gravy.
I mean,
so, I have some troll-like tendencies myself.
I'll see that the 8750 podcast account has like 20 new mentions or whatever, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, what's going on over there? Aaron put me in another list. Damn it.
Yeah, well, if it makes you feel better, I did crap you out of about half of them.
Well, no, actually, for some weird reason, that upsets me even more.
Well, I figured you didn't want too many notifications, so I was like, 10 a day is better than 30. So
now I'm conflicted.
Well,
I didn't want to be a part of it, but now that I know I'm left out.
There are also I have specific sets too. I got like I want movie podcast recommendation. Okay, so there's that list. Or yeah. I'm looking for true crime, and I go, okay, here's a bunch of basic bitches.
I'm true crime. I'm true
No,
crime.
you're real true crime.
Oh, I forgot my actual true crime story on 8750 tonight. Fuck.
Oops.
Do you want to hear it now?
Sure. Let's have a special crossover.
So
a genuine 8750 true crime for all the lucky listeners.
I got to give you guys my spiel. So I do this over on my podcast all the time. All right. Okay, everybody knows that every third basic bitch has a true crime podcast. It's unreal. They're all over the place. They're coming out of the fucking woodwork. And there's only maybe 15 good true crime stories that you can cover. So now all these basic bitches are all just covering the exact same stuff that has been covered by some other guy fucking better than they're doing it. It's a clusterfuck. But not me. I have some actual true crime stories. These stories actually happened to me, so you're not going to hear them anywhere else. And they are legit. They are too legit to quit. You ready?
I'm ready.
So, yesterday was Halloween, right? And guess what was happening up here? So I live up in the mountains. That's why I call the show 8750, right? That's the elevation I live at, way up in the thin air. And people get goofy up here. And so what was going on yesterday on Halloween, there was a literal headless horseman riding around on a horse on the canyon roads, fucking just scaring kids.
Oh Lord.
There's a Facebook community group with all of these like Karens in there. They're my army of Karens. They're like my ravens. They get stories for me sometimes. And I report them to you. And this is one of them. Many a picture, many a video of a fucking Subaru full of kids riding by this headless fella, and the kids just screaming and screaming.
That's actually pretty fucking cool.
Isn't it? So I will post that picture. Don't let me forget, because I have pictures saved to my phone. I will post a picture of the headless horseman riding around the canyon.
That's fantastic.
Oh, and yesterday, because I told you, I live where clouds were invented. Yep. Starting yesterday it's just been fog and a little bit of snow and a little bit of sleet and just perfect weather to be a headless horseman riding around canyon roads. So he couldn't have asked for better, because you're gonna look a little silly if it's just 80 degrees and sunshine.
Yeah, that's not a sunny a sunny crystal clear kind of day. That's
a bluebird lands on your neck stump. That's not gonna scare anybody. You throw some fog and a raven maybe does it. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's some Edgar Allan Poe right there.
That's some pretty good
Man,
spooking there.
act surprised
Actually,
when I tell you that story again over on my podcast.
Okay.
Act like it's the first time you heard it.
Holy balls!
What? He was doing
No
what?
way! A fucking headless horseman.
Yeah.
Shit.
Dead ass, buddy.
Yeah, that actually a couple of years ago, a friend of mine who is kind of into like all the cosplay stuff, not like super hardcore, but he's got a couple of pretty good things that he made up.
He sounds like he drinks a lot of Mountain Dew.
Oh no, you'd like this guy. He's a very outdoorsy, smartass. Generally,
hey, does he like podcasts?
Yes and no. He's heard me mention 8750 a couple of times.
That's not how you get a new 8750 listener.
I talk to this guy like twice a year. Okay.
Dear Aaron's audience, how you get a new 8750 listener? I love this, dude. I can tell all my old shtick. What you do is you take your buddy, you put him in a car, and you just drive. Listen to some Matchbox 20. We're having a good time. You get on the highway. The high speeds on the highway are necessary. You lock the doors. You hit 60. Then you hit play on the podcast. They're going to try to leave, but they can't because you've locked the doors. And if they think that they can break a window and tuck and roll, baby, not when you're going 60. They're not going to try that shit. A few have, but we're better off without them. But most won't. And if they hear enough of my fucking drone, they might become a fan.
I think you're entertaining
But anyway, this friend of yours who does cosplay.
Yeah, no, my buddy. I mean, he's not, like I said, he's not like super into it, but he's got a really kind of twisted sense of humor. A couple of years back here, there was like a really heavy fog front moving through, and he lives in Milwaukee, which is like 3 hours from here, which is one of the reasons why I don't talk to him or see him that often.
Like, dude,
north? It's really it's farther north.
I don't leave the Rocky Mountains much. I'm not familiar with the territory.
Sorry, I forget. It's the Midwest. It's further north from here. It's 3 hours.
I've crossed the plains a couple of times. You guys have too much air.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But he was he got dressed up and he had a pyramid head from Silent Hill.
Oh, I was thinking like the Illuminati or something.
No, like the
pyramid
Silent
head from Silent Hill. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's a video game. That's why I thought you might know it.
Well, I've heard of Silent Hill. Don't get me wrong. Pyramid head, Silent. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, he's just like horror shot game icon type guy.
Yeah, that looks a little goofy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spooky.
He had that costume, and the whole thing about Silent Hill is he'd come out it would come out in the fog in the game. Like he would come out of the fog and chase your character and murder you with the big ass sword he drags around. And so my buddy,
is that what gave you such a fondness for stabbing people, Aaron?
No, that's genetic, I think.
Okay. Because Aaron was just on my podcast. We discovered that Aaron might have murdered a couple guys. A little stabby. He says no. Then he's on my podcast moments ago talking about how he threatened a bunch of muggers with a knife. Okay, Aaron.
Well, yeah, but that's different. That was self-defense. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's not like I make a habit of going around stabbing people, but I am comfortable with it. If it's a necessary action, it's a necessary action.
Those kittens threatened me first, officer.
I would never stab a kitten.
I had to stab those kitty cats.
No. I would never harm an animal.
Hey, Aaron. Yeah, just dudes you work with.
Yeah, that's different.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, what?
We are also in a pissing contest of plays on our podcast. And
that's a good point. So
I've been coming up a little bit the last couple weeks. Where you at? Last couple days.
So I've actually been not super thrilled with the performance recently in the last few days. 43-53.
43-53, fuck you. 42-15. 43-53. Damn it.
Yeah.
Here's what I did. The episode I did with Cody and Kayla, broke that up
Yep.
into a 2-parter. So that's going to be some bonus views. And then I put out a Yeti to Yetti.
Yeah.
I'm gunning for you,
Yeah.
boy. I'm coming for you.
You're gonna catch me. I told you that. That's
You might have more people listening, but I put out more shit than you do. Ha ha.
yeah. I'm sure that's part of it.
I might only have 6 people, but if I have those 6 people 18 times a week, I have a fighting chance to catch you, buddy.
Yeah, you definitely do. I don't know. Yeah, I've been getting these weird like spikes where it'll be like 40, 50, 60, 70. Then I'll have like a week where it's like 300, and then another week where it's 175, and then
Damn. Well, hopefully this is one of those 300 weeks because I am with you, except for my listens. If you look at it on a line graph, it looks exactly like Godzilla's back if he's diving underwater. Starts out real low, then goes to the moon. Fucking huge, dude. I was getting like 350 plays a week. And now we're in the 80s.
yeah, that's pretty much the way mine's going to. That little line graph they give you to look at your performance, and it's like, it's actually, that was a good analogy. Godzilla's back.
Yeah.
And then I get these little like spikes where it's like, oh look, this one played 275 times. This, and then the next week you had 35. Like, what the fuck?
What is happening? Well, let's have a moment of silence for all those listeners that we lost along the way.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was officially the very first sound effect of the I Had to Say It show.
Really?
Yeah, I generally don't stick a lot of stuff in.
Well, I don't stick it in either. I play that live. I have that pulled up on YouTube. And I just
Yeah.
keep rewinding it so I can play it. And then on the other page, I have a DJ horn.
Yeah, I downloaded a soundboard app, and I've just never got around to programming it.
I know it's stupid, but I enjoy how stupid it is.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I enjoy it as well. I just, like I said, I've just haven't gotten around to it. That's been one of my biggest downfalls when it comes to podcasting stuff. Is it's like I got a lot of other shit going on, so
dude, I know it. Putting up that
you got more
shop.
than I do. You got a kid to deal with.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm also like a stay-at-home dad. I'm super progressive, so yeah.
Yeah, I tried being super progressive. My wife wasn't having it.
Yeah.
She's like, "You take your ass back to work, buddy."
Well, I'm trying to make a living at this podcasting game, and it's I'm making a couple bucks.
You're off to a decent start.
Yeah, it's not nothing. And speaking of like getting the motivation to do stuff, yeah, getting the 8750s shop back in order was a big deal. Kayla was like, "Hey, man, do you want me to do it?" And I was like, "Ooh, that is tempting." But I think
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna do it. I was gonna do the same offer. So I was like, "Dude, you want me to just set this up for you?" And honestly, I wouldn't have gone super hard when I was gonna make that offer. I'd be like, "Look, here's your login information. The shop's set up. All you gotta do is upload some pictures on your bike, fucker," which is pretty much what you would have gotten from me.
So your offer would have been to just like set it up and just be like, "Go Yeti, go."
More or less, motivate you, kick you in the ass. I mean, I would have put like a couple little placeholder designs in there for you, but I would have been like, figure out what you want. I'm not going to tell you how to run your shop. The hard part's done. There you go.
Yeah. Aaron, that's so nicey. But so then I was talking it over with Mrs. Yetti about like, well, what should we do? And she was like, "God damn it, we're just going to make this shop. Quit, like, baby Yeti's going down for a nap. We're going to sort this out." So it ended up taking 2 days, and we had to hire some young boy from India to make us some designs, but we got it done, baby.
Yeah, and the designs look pretty sharp.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to be selling myself too hard on your podcast. I feel like that's all I'm doing. But like,
that's all right.
Your listeners want to check it out.
Oh no, I'm going to put links in all the show notes to all your shit. That's one of my things when I have a guest on. It's like, okay, it's about the guest.
You are
here's how you find them.
Host than I, because I realized we played D&D together, and I didn't bring up your show one time.
I wasn't there to plug my show. I was there to play D&D.
Oh, okay. Well, you can plug your fucking show, like, of course.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm there for the sheer simple fuckery of it. That's the other thing is I enjoy my show. I enjoy it tickles my fancy when people are like, "Hey, dude, I loved it when you said X, Y, and Z."
Yeah.
Or I got a few people that like reach out to me on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, like, "Dude, you said this last episode, blah 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 blah," and I'm like, it always gives me like the warm and fuzzies, but at the same time, it's to me at least, it's still just kind of a hobby. Would I like to be successful at it? Yeah. Would I like to make money in it? Oh fuck yeah. But if I don't, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. Like it's a hobby. I do this for fun, and it also gives me a lot of liberation because I don't worry about people come. Like one of the early episodes I put out, one of my kids' friends listened to it. He's like, "Dude, pops, they're gonna come for you, man." And I was just like, "Yeah, but I'm not worried about it." And he's like, "What if they try and cancel you?" I'm like, "You can't fucking cancel me. I don't have sponsors. I don't have anybody paying me to do this. I don't have anybody I answer to.
That's
I do
fair.
this for fun."
But they've been going apeshit banana cuckoo brains. They've been going after like your job and stuff like that. They'll contact your boss and say that you said a no on the internet.
Oh yeah, but that's one of the things I love about my job.
They don't care.
I'm 95% sure that they could be like, "Yeah, he said this, that, and the other." And my boss would be like, "Well, he's not wrong."
Yeah, that's awesome. That's why I'm in a fine position for podcasting. I don't have a job. I'm
like, we're gonna tell your wife.
Yeah, okay. Trust me, she knows.
Yeah, that's one of those things. It is what it is.
They're probably just gonna murder you at that point anyway, right? Or at least try.
They're gonna try. They might try, but I'm not gonna make it easy for them.
I know, you're a knife-wielding SOB. That's another thing I was going to say about you a minute ago. You have like, what, 4,000 some odd followers on Twitter?
Yeah, 44 something or other.
Hot dog.
I've lost track.
Many? Do you have to take your top off?
No, no, the count will go down. No, nobody wants to see these chichis.
I'm thinking about taking my top off because I got to do something.
That might work for you.
It's at Yetti Yeff on Twitter, by the way. I say funny things and I put up foxy bitches. He
says funny things, posts foxy bitches, and awesome landscape pictures. Actually, I love those. I love the Meanwhile in the Mountains.
Hey,
and I have a whole bunch of them saved that I'm gonna ruin at some point. But
oh, cool. Yeah. So here's what happens. So it's been mentioned, I live up in the mountains. So a lot of times cool things happen and mountains look pretty. So I take a picture, put them on them internets, and then these people who are on 8750 take my awesome pictures and they'll add fucking Loch Ness Monster to it or Jason, or the Death Star. They hashtag
or Cody.
Or Cody. You can look it up. Hashtag ruin a Yeff pic.
Yep.
Type that into Twitter. You'll see all of them. They're fucking hysterical. I love this. It's so funny, especially when somebody does like a really good one. Oh, so good.
Yeah, there's definitely some quality there. But like I said, I'll get around to it one of these days. But yeah, I just logged in over here. I'm at 4,368 on Twitter followers right now.
4,360.
There's probably about 300 or so are probably Korean spam bots.
So just 400 or 4,000 real people who just think that you're the top shelf.
Well, I'm sure a lot of them are probably like, people that do like the Follow Friday posts and shit like that, and they're just trying to help job the equation where it's like, oh well, they have these many followers, but I mean they follow and they don't unfollow me, and I occasionally post stuff, so I do a lot more like engagement to other people's posts than anything else. I don't just spam the podcast recommendations, but
that's all I see you do.
Yeah, no, that's because I can do that like while I'm working on other shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's like, well, let's see. I got 10 minutes while this is in the oven. Go on Twitter real quick. Spam, 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 spam. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, time to go back to work. So
is this the show yet? Have we started? Is this it?
Oh yeah. No, this is all.
Oh, we're going. Oh,
this is. Yeah, no, I told you, it's all just kind of winging it when I have guests on, unless they have something specific that they tell me in advance they want to talk about. Then I'll do
Oh,
a
well,
little
then
homework and be prepared. But
I thought you were gonna hit me with like school board elections or something.
well, I mean, do you want to talk about school board elections? Is that something you feel particularly passionate about?
Nope.
Are you like full on like we should homeschool because I'm tired of people offering my kid Mountain Dew at school?
I'm thinking about it.
I
It's
actually,
getting.
I've become very pro homeschooling at this point. I mean,
Just
there's a
I
lot of
don't.
people out there that shouldn't be doing it, but for fuck's sakes,
Yeah, I can barely read, so I'm probably a bad candidate. But somebody
there's a
should
lot
do
of
it.
YouTube videos and shit.
Plus, YouTube's half the problem, Aaron.
Yeah, no, it
No,
is,
I don't
but
know.
you just
Because
have to
here's the
comb
thing:
through
when
it
you come
properly.
from the mountains, your kids have a tendency to be a little goofy as is, just because they don't have that many kids around, and the air is thin. So a lot of them are like, ooh, they wear their shorts backwards, or no, they don't wear them backwards, but they'll wear their shorts in like fucking January, and city folk be looking at them funny.
Well, I
So you
do
got
that
that going
too.
against
So
them, and well, yeah, you're at XXXL, man. You got to vent the heat.
yeah, well, there's that. I did that when I was skinny though too. I don't know.
Oh, then you just have a disorder. I don't. That is a
No,
thing. When
I'm part polar bear.
I used to live in Leadville, which is like the coldest part of Colorado. It's their claim to fame. It's like 10,200 feet.
Oh yeah.
So it makes my 8750 look pretty bitch ass, right? And there'd always, every party that we would have, there'd be some fucker who would show up in salmon colored running shorts in January. It's negative 32. And he's like, hey, man, I don't know what to say, man. It just doesn't bother me. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. You
Poor
can't get me out of my
circulation or
shorts. I love
something.
my shorts. It's like, bruh, nobody wants to see your blonde hairs on your little fucking Twix looking legs. All right. Put those things away.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Although I never had little legs. Like I said, I got legs like tree trunks, but I
Yeah,
think
you got them hams.
yeah. No, my stepmom used to call them Fred Flintstone legs.
Yeah, but dabba do.
Pretty much, and I blame it on the fact that my backyard was like I said, like a 40-degree slope. So we grew up playing on a hill. I mean,
I can relate to this. I live in very rocky mountain.
indeed,
Indeed.
and yeah, so it was. But yeah, I don't know. I've just always been weird like that. My siblings used to give me shit about it. They'd be like, "Why did you put some pants on?" I'm like, "Why are we going somewhere?
We going to church? Then
We ain't going to church or we ain't going to the Walmarts. I don't need none of them fancy long pants."
unless we're going to Golden Corral, I am not putting on trousers.
Sorry, that one that's a hard pass. Sorry.
Golden Corral?
Oh yeah.
I've never been. I've only seen the commercials. What's wrong with it?
It's just it kind of skeeves me out. Maybe it's just with having the food background I have.
Oh, well, la di da, fancy balls, Aaron over here.
Oh no, I don't mean
Can't go to
fancy.
the
I don't
gold.
mean fancy. I mean like I'm okay with like the part where they got. I've been to the Golden Corral, but like they have they have parts that are like behind glass where they have people preparing parts of the meal. Like that's where you can get like steaks and ribs and that sort of stuff. I'm okay with that part. But then you go over to like by where the dessert stand is, and they have like a chocolate fountain, and you got some little fucking booger eater like jamming his hand into the chocolate because his parents are over there fucking shoving food down their gullets, and he's being unwatched, and he's got three
That's how
knuckles
you,
deep in his nose, and then he sticks his hand in the chocolate fountain, and I'm just like, ah, no.
Aaron, that's how you keep the COVID away. That right there. You got to get in that fountain with him, man. You dunk that bald head of yours under that fountain and you start drinking.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that bolsters your natural immunity, but you ain't catching me in there. I'll tell you that.
All right, man. All right.
I mean, if
I thought you
realistically,
were cool, but
if I want, I'm cool, but I have my limits, and like I said, when you're talking about some kid that has Cheeto stained fingers, and they haven't had any Cheetos at least since before they got to the restaurant.
Those are my kind of people, all right? And I don't need you looking
I-
down from your
I-
ivory tower on me and my kind.
I refuse to believe that, just given your stance on Mountain Dew, because I'm
Fuck.
sure every single one of them smelt of the dew.
Yeah, all right. All right. Tough to sneak one past Aaron. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You're right. I am a
You should
priss.
know that by now. I am very observant.
Yeah, dude, it sucks when people pay attention to my podcast better than I do, and they call me out on shit that I have forgotten. That's a bummer.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I fed the duck the crackers. I mean,
Yeah,
Pick up on
yeah,
things.
in the D&D game. Hey, dear listener, if you're a big fan of Aaron, so you search out 8750 on your podcast feed, then look for the ones called the Call of Yeti Mountain.
Call of Yeti Mountain.
The Call of Yeti Mountain. Aaron specifically is on episode 4. They're numbered weird. It was session number 2, but it's number 4. We kind of wrap up what happens on episode 1. If you're enjoying these funny antics, then you might enjoy all the episode 1, 2, and so on and so forth up until number 4. But if you're just like, wow, that Aaron and that Yeti have a magic, a je ne sais quoi, episode 4 is for you.
Yes.
Aaron pays attention. He fed a duck. Yeah, in our D&D game, he fed a duck some crackers. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm,
You want to know what happened? You'll have to listen to the episode.
guess you will.
Yes. But yeah, so to stay in the general angry vein, now that you got me thinking about Golden Corral, mouth breathers, and Mountain Dew. And yeah, so how is your ratio of hillbillies to regular folks out in the mountains?
Dude, we don't have too many hillbillies. We have prissy, REI shopping, Subaru driving, granola crunching, sandal wearing hippies. Well, not hippies, but like modern day hippies, the Boulder-esque hippies.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
new wave hippies.
yeah, and the people of Boulder get a bad rap. So if you're asking for being like the ultimate hippie douches, and guess what's in Colorado? Well, that would be Boulder. So we're getting a lot of those, an influx, if you will. A lot of people are fleeing California, and they're coming. Yeah,
that's the problem, is they're bringing their California mindset with them, though.
they sure is, buddy. So that's
Yeah.
why we're eyeballing Montana a little bit. But you know what? So they elected this dude who is named Jared Polis, and he is a Democrat, but he's actually been pretty legit. All through COVID, he's been pretty cool. And I know he's cool because my wife's family are super duper lefty, and they are pissed at him. So he's doing a good job.
Well, so he's all right.
He's doing all right by me then. They're mad that he wouldn't lock things down and make the mandate stricter and enforce blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah boy. So he's doing okay.
Plus, you're in Montana, so I mean, it's not like you really need to be locked down when the closest neighbor is like 5 miles away.
Colorado.
Well, I thought you were saying he was elected. Okay,
No.
wait. Okay,
Polis is the governor of my
Polis
state.
is the governor of Colorado. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I had an old fuck moment there for a second. Sorry.
Don't worry about it, buddy. It happens to the best of us. But he's the governor out here, so he's doing an all right job. So for a Democrat, he's doing pretty good. Haven't heard from him in a while, so that's fine by me. That's what I want from my leaders in government, no matter which side you're on. I'd like to not hear from you.
Yeah, that's actually very, very, very sound logic there.
Yeah, just go fuck off. Don't change nothing. Just go away, unless it's for the better. Just go away. Go push pencils and cut ribbons, or I don't know, shake a baby and pet a dog. I don't
whatever it is.
Yeah, just fucking stop getting your grubby little hands on my wallet and my freedom. But like you were saying, how why do we need to be locked down? We live in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we do, but our county is attached to some cities, so sometimes they'll put some fucking regulations on the county, and that extends up to here, where it's like, dude, what are we doing? My neighbor's house is come on. But it's cool because where we live, it's like the pandemic didn't really happen until we get in the car and go down to town. So it's cool.
Well, that's cool then, yeah.
I've got more toilet paper and hand sanitizer stored up in my closet, and you can't get my precious. Stay off my property.
Yeah, although I was thinking, you were talking about getting a deep freezer.
Yeah.
What you need to do is you got that little that under the deck space you were talking about. Cody could go in with the light bulb and the spiders.
Yeah. That's Cody's new house. Yeah.
Yeah, no, set that up as your your hoarding facility there. You get a deep freeze and put some nice shelves in, store a bunch of canned goods and powdered milk and all that other good prepper shit.
That's not a bad idea. Huh.
Yeah. And get a couple of drums and fuel oil and maybe get a generator.
That's Aaron.
Not to mention living in the mountains, having a Jenny and 100 gallons of fuel might not be a bad idea just in case you get a bad storm coming through.
Yeah, we have been thinking about it. The one thing that's nice about up where our house specifically is half of it runs on electrical heat. It has like baseboard heating. Neat. Mm-hmm. The other half, propane. So if the power goes out, the fucking propane still works, so that's good.
Yeah, that's
and if we ever run out of propane, maybe the electricity's still working. The one thing it doesn't have, which you would hope a mountain home would have, is a fireplace. Doesn't have one of those. We got enough wood, no fireplace.
Yeah, so that's kind of odd.
I know. So we've been thinking about putting one in. We'll see. Yeah. Hey, Aaron's listeners, you enjoying this hot mountain talk?
Oh, I find that my listeners are the ones that listen all the way through. They seem to enjoy it when I'm just chit chatting.
Yep.
I don't know.
Probably just staring off into the distance.
You know,
how many people listen to each episode?
It kind of fluctuates between like anywhere from like 35 to 60.
Ooh, dude, those are numbers I used to be doing 2 months ago. That's pretty good. You're killing it, buddy.
Yeah, it's like I said, it kind of, like I said, it fluctuates. Certain episodes get a little.
Hey, Aaron, when's this show going to come out?
This show will come out probably. I'm either going to drop it as a bonus episode later on this week because tomorrow's episode for me is already scheduled and recorded in the books, or next Tuesday. But I'm leaning towards bonus episode just because somebody's been throwing up extra episodes trying to catch me.
Oh shit, dude! You're helping. Oh no, you're helping me shoot myself in my own foot.
Yep. Oh. I wonder whose book I stole that play out of.
Oh, you're so fucking clever. Damn you. Yeah. Okay, well that's cool. Do you think if it's a bonus episode, it's going to get that sweet traction?
Yeah, they all seem to fare pretty well.
Do it. Plus, I'm excited about it. So yeah,
yeah.
Cause man, what a sad day. What a sad day for 8750. Fucking Ace guy, my fat dolphin. So my buddy Ace guy, he's been my buddy for forever. He laughs like a fat dolphin, so I call him a fat dolphin. Right before recording time, he hits me up and he's like, "Yo, this is gonna be my last podcast." And I was like, "But why?" Well, I said, "Fuck you, buddy. If you're not," he's like, "Okay, well, no." So I said, "Why?" And he goes, "Well, I've just kind of, I'm busy. I got work in school. And I've just kind of like lost interest in doing it. It's like not something I look forward to. It's something I'm kind of like put off to do." And I was like, "Well, then you can go fuck yourself. And you don't have to come on tonight." And guess who came on instead? It's my boy, Aaron. That's right. So, Aaron's episode that just got recorded now. Or yeah, before we came and did this, we recorded an episode of 8750. That will come out on Wednesday. So if you're hearing this on Friday, that means there's bonus content for you to listen to. You can go back to the past or forward to the future. Wait, Aaron, I'm confused. Anyway, they can go back and listen to what we did before, but it'll be before then, and it'll be now. So you can go listen to it now. You get it?
Yeah. I just had a flashback to Spaceballs there for a second. Have you seen that one?
Spaceballs? Yeah, it's been a long time though. I don't really remember it, but yeah, I've seen it.
They got that scene where they're like watching Spaceballs, the tape, and they're like, What am I looking at? Like, now. You're looking at now. Well, what happened to then? Well, we passed it. When? Just now. When will then be now? Now. Okay.
Well, then is now for you guys listening to this. So check it out. I'll tell you this, though. I'll tell you this. The first half is a little awkward because I didn't tell my co-host Kelsey that Ace Guy had just quit until the show. I could have texted her. My wife said I should text her. I did not. I thought it'd be fun to drop that news on her on the show, and it threw her for a fucking loop.
Yeah, she was a little gobsmacked.
Yeah, but by the end, man, we are cracking up, having good jokes, good time.
Yes.
How long do your shows usually go for?
Half hour, 45 minutes.
Oh, damn, we're in bonus territory.
Yeah, well, actually, usually when I have someone else to talk to, they do tend to run a little longer. Anywhere depending. I actually had one that went almost 3 hours. That was a
brag.
No, I'm not bragging. We got so derailed and just it was like we were all over the place. We were talking about
8750 it.
Oh, we 8750 the shit out of that conversation. Like we 8750 the 8750 of the 8750. Okay, dear listeners.
Yeah.
To explain this this little thing, 50. Yeffi here is the constant, and then he has assorted co-hosts that, as he said, some have come, some have gone, some are like the third person that just kind of comes in and goes. There's been a lot of alternating characters in there.
Yeah.
But one thing that is a constant is no matter who's on the show, they'll start with a topic or a subject or a train of thought or something that's being talked about and just completely fly off the fucking rails and go way off base. And that's how you 8750 something.
Yeah. So I'm trying to make it into a verb, adjective. See, I'm uneducated. I should not homeschool anybody.
It would be a verb because it's an action, I think.
I'm trying to make it into a thing that when you're talking about something and then you zip one way and then you zip over there, that you 8750 that thing. It's not working, but I'm trying.
Well, it works for about 6 people.
Yeah, that's right. On my show
and Skeets.
Oh my god, dude, Skeets. Does Skeets listen to your show?
I don't think he does. You kidding? He barely remembers I exist some days.
That's right. Okay, so dear Aaron's listener, let me tell you about Skeets. Skeets is a fucking 36-year-old juggalo that I found who's a big old 8750 fan. I didn't know juggalos existed anymore. He is like finding, if this was Pokemon, he's like finding a shiny Mewtwo. He's a 36-year-old fucking juggalo, loves 8750. Fucking can't get enough of it. And I have a voicemail number that you can call in and ask me a question, say some shit. I don't know. And he uses and abuses that privilege. Every show, he's a maniac. Like, dude, he's great. I'm not like trying to bash him. I love him to death. So on my show, we each come with usually, sometimes it doesn't happen. We 8750 too much and it doesn't end up working out. But we come with a topic and we talk about that topic. And then at the very end, we try to do a Nobody Asked Yeff.
Yes, we do.
Do you know what a Nobody Asked Yeff is?
I know what a Nobody Asked Yeff is. Here, allow me to enlighten the listeners.
Please.
Nobody Asked Yeff is there are a lot of people out there in this world, and a lot of them, if you listen to my show, you know a lot of people in the world are dumb fucks, and I talk about how they're dumb fucks. Well, some of these desperate dumb fucks go to the internet looking for answers. And instead of listening to people like me, they do things like post questions on Reddit to ask random strangers how to live their lives and how to reach out for guidance and advice and help. And they're asking for help, but they didn't ask Yeff.
They didn't ask me. Fuck no, they did not. But guess what's going to happen?
But they're going to get it, even though nobody asked.
That's right. Do you want to do a Nobody Asked Yeff?
Actually, I had a couple, but my phone, I'd had them saved for so long, they friggin' expired.
I got one.
Okay, let's do a Nobody Asked Yeff.
Let's do a Nobody Asked Yeff on Aaron's podcast. And we're dipping deep into the 8750 lore because fucking Kayla, she called into the hotline and she left this one.
Hello, Yettis. It's Kayla. And I called a few weeks ago with a Nobody Asked Yeff, and it cut me off. So I am calling to finish that. I'm sure the suspense is killing everyone. So I'll start over. This is called Should I Forgive Her for Cheating? Look, I know for 99% of people, the default answer would be no. But please, hear me out. I've been with her for 3 years now, and our relationship is about as healthy as it gets. She's really mature, and she's a great communicator. She's beautiful, kind, and intelligent. Like, literally, we have never, ever fought before this week.
She's banging my best friend. Is that a problem? Maybe. All right, let's see what else.
That is how healthy it has been. She went out for drinks with an old guy friend of hers.
Dude, no. Guys and girls can't be friends, especially if they're in a dating age. Nah.
A little over a week ago, and apparently things got out of hand, and they ended up sleeping with each other. I found out from one of her friends, which I know sounds really bad, but it just happened only a week ago. So she's probably just working up the courage to tell me.
Yeah.
This is the first nag in our relationship, and I don't really want to give up on an otherwise healthy relationship of 3 years because of one drunken mistake. Additionally, I haven't been the best boyfriend lately because I've been working nonstop, and I do not spend as much time with her as I should have. So that, coupled with having had a few drinks, can explain why it has happened. Obviously, I'm not really upset and hurt, but I feel like I should forgive her, even though all of my friends are telling me not to. I don't want to give up that easily. Am I making a mistake? Should I break up with her, or am I right to give her another chance? And by the way, the punctuation is perfect. The grammar is all perfect, and so this person is fairly intelligent. All right, well, thanks for doing Yeti to Yeti. I really enjoy it, and I can't wait to hear how you respond back.
All right.
So Kayla can't wait to hear that. Now that means she's going to have to listen to my show.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, damn it. I'm sending sheep to the slaughter.
That's all right. As she'll listen to this one, and then she'll go, oh, well, let me see something else. And then she'll be like, nope.
So Kayla is one of my favorite people to have on as a guest. The only bad part about Kayla is that she has now set up, or no, what am I talking about? She has started a job that she has to wake up early for, so she can't be on the show as much as I would like. Yeah. Anyway, so this guy is a fucking idiot.
To be fair, she doesn't want to be falling asleep driving forklifts.
No, nobody wants that. So this guy needs help, man. Got to give it to him. What do you think? Is he a fool?
I think what he needs to do is, obviously her friend who dimed her out has some sort of vested interest in his health and well-being. So he needs to go do the friend.
Yeah.
And
unless his name is Carl.
Well, I mean, you know, really, how mad is he? I mean,
right? Yeah. Carl could be nice. He could use a loofah. It might not be that bad.
Yeah. So my general inclination is he's an idiot for saying, oh, well, it's just because I was working too much and she got drunk and slept with her ex. It's kind of a deal breaker.
No, not even ex, just fucking friend. Just friend.
Oh, just random friend who decided to come over there and be like, you know, we've known each other a long time and he's at work all the time. He's not giving you the attention you need. Tell you what, little girl, why don't you have some of this fine second highest price bottle of wine on the menu?
And another thing over at the Golden Corral. Anything you want, baby. You want mac and cheese?
You can get 2 trips to the chocolate fountain, baby.
Dunk your head in. All the cool kids are doing it. Yeah, the whole part about him working late and like that's the issue. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. And he's like, she hasn't told me yet, but I'm sure she's just working up the nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
You fucking nailing this one, buddy. Nah, this guy is yeah, he should probably forgive her. I bet it'll be fine. What's the worst that could
yeah.
happen? She does it again with the next fucking friend? Nah, dude. Come
Oh,
on.
you know, what's the worst that could happen? He winds up raising somebody else's baby for 18 years, finds out on the kid's 18th birthday that it was never his to begin with. When he's getting, you know, a blood test to see if he can get a replacement kidney because he worked himself to death because he was trying to support this kid, and comes to find out it was, you know, Jethro the mailman's.
So I say, you know, fool him once. That's a shame on her. So.
Yes. Yee.
Yeah, you got it. You'll be fine, man. What's the like? It's not like she's gonna cheat on you again, right? Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm sure she got it out of her system.
She worked out all the bugs. Marry her, 100%. No prenup. No prenup at all.
No. Prenup just means it means you're not going into a strong and healthy relationship. If you get a prenup, that just shows you're not ready to get married.
Right. And if you own anything right now that her name isn't on, like say a car or maybe a fancy guitar or something, I need you to get her like in on that car loan. I need you to get her like take out an insurance policy and under her name. Dude, get as entwined with this bitch as you humanly can, because I think you found the one, buddy. This is marriage material. Potential and material came out as material. This is marriage material. Okay.
We're going to get
like
a material test.
They don't come around every day. All right. So you need to you got to shape up. You got to keep putting in the midnight oil. Keep working hard. You know.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because that whole, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder thing, right?
That's true. Mm-hmm, that's true.
Yeah.
That's 100% true. Yeah.
That will definitely build a good, strong foundation for their future.
And all in all, what I have to say to this guy is, what the fuck do you want from me, buddy? I don't fucking know. It's your life. Why are you asking me?
How damaged you got to be to think some random stranger on the internet is going to give you the best advice about this shit?
I know,
like,
seriously.
Don't you have, like, you know, a work buddy, or, you know, maybe an overly affectionate uncle?
My go-to advice is always like, if you're asking the internet, like, yeah, it's a problem, buddy. It's a problem. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gonna cheat on you more. This probably isn't the first time she's cheated on you, and it's suspicious that her friend is coming out of the woodwork to alert you to this. I bet you she's into you, so definitely get after that. And you're a fool.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm just bitter and jaded, and, you know, old and crotchety, but that's like upscale simp mentality, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I love her, she's beautiful and perfect, and I don't really mind that she fucks my cousin on Tuesdays.
I know. I think I paused it when he's like, we never fight. Our relationship is so good. She's fucking other people. But other than that, oh my God. It's
other
unreal.
than that, it's like a Disney movie.
Princess and the Frog. Here we go. Princess and the Frog. What am I talking about? What did I want to say there? It's getting late, buddy. What is this?
Well,
it's going on 11 o'clock.
Let's see. Yeah. Actually, it's probably more like Snow White, because there's probably at least 7 guys involved.
Yeah. And they're all bearded like Cody.
And Cody's.
Could you imagine?
Just imagine. I was just gonna say that.
7 Codys.
Tumblebeards rolling in the wind.
With their big old belly just running at you, penis like a javelin.
Hi ho!
Hi ho! We're not gonna top this, buddy. This is a good one to exit on.
That is a lovely one to wrap it up.
It's been fun, buddy. I like doing your podcast.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you came on and we got to chit chat and shoot the shit. And we can always do it again. Or if you ever got something specific you want to blow off a whole lot of steam about, there is a certain degree of anger that people expect from the show.
Oh, were we not angry enough?
Oh no, it's not always angry. I like the one that's coming out tomorrow's got a whole lot of "Are you fucking kidding me?" is involved in it. But
what were you mad about?
This, that, the other thing. I'm actually mad that I missed the opportunity to work in the possibility that the commander-in-chief might have sharded in the Vatican. So.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that on Twitter. What happened?
Yeah. Well, what I had heard was
Yep.
And I have not, obviously no one has verified this, and I doubt anyone will, but during
Mhm.
an audience with the Pope, apparently Brandon had a little accident.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we all have a questionable moment after too many quesaritos or whatever, but
Hey.
but on the other hand, I mean, it's not the worst thing that's ever happened at the Vatican, so I suppose you can't be that mad about it, you know. I mean, but what else? Had some talks about saying something that hurts my soul to say it, but it makes kind of sense at this point. Is people need to, maybe all those cargo ships that are out there burning up what remaining fuel they have trying to stay in place because the water's too deep for them to anchor, and all the water that's shallow enough for them to drop anchor in is full of ships already.
Yeah.
Maybe they should start looking to Central America to go unload, because the West Coast ports are not showing any signs of opening up anytime soon. So
This might be a bad time to ask a question like this, but what exactly is causing this blockage?
it depends on who you ask, really.
That's what
Uh,
I've gathered because I've heard a couple different theories.
there are several theories floating around. You can't really put any of them on, say, Facebook, because you'll get flagged and be suspended like I am.
No shit, really?
But yeah, well, actually that's not, I got a 30-day like probation. Basically, I can't share posts.
Why?
I can still comment, I can still like on things, but somebody reported a comment I made on a post.
What did you
Because
say?
somebody posted a thing. It was a TikTok that was going around. It was like, if somebody breaks in your house and you're on the toilet, do you wipe first before getting up to deal with the person breaking into your house, or do you pull up your pants or something like that? And I was like, my response was, well, I got a bidet, so I'm going to hose off real quick, grab my shower gun, shoot the motherfucker, finish taking a dump on the corpse, call the cops to clear up the body.
Yeah, that'll get you kicked off of Facebook. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So, well, and this was in a private group, so it really shouldn't have come up on anybody's radar. But somebody in the group reported the comment to Facebook.
Nah, they're digging through groups,
Well,
looking
no,
for that kind of
because
shenanigans.
the group admins told me that the comment was reported. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" The whole point of this group is that. But and that, honestly, that wasn't even the worst response that anybody had. There was somebody that was talking about, going out naked with a heart on and running at the guy, and I'm like, how is mine any worse than raping the guy that breaks into your house?
Hey, I think I just made that joke a second ago about 7 Codys. Hey.
Yeah, well, see, now you're gonna get a Facebook ban. Just, you don't even have to say it on the page anymore.
I'm not on there. Boom.
Yeah, but yeah. So but one of the theories is that the one that I'm kind of leaning toward right now is the ports are being kind of strangleholded by there's still a bunch of COVID restrictions in place, so they can only have a partial staff on there, and there have regulations where they can only like stack the containers so high, so they can only get so much unloaded at a time, and they're only letting so many drivers in at a time, and there are like trucks lined up outside the port waiting to pick up containers and start hauling. Like I've seen pictures of lines of trailers lined up outside the ports, and they're not letting them into the port to load for whatever reason. They're saying it's regulations and COVID
and truckers
controls.
have been quitting left and right.
Yeah, and a lot of truckers are quitting because they've been getting abused and taking a lot of shit. And then there's some talk that California has some of the regulations they've put in place, supposedly part of their their green policies, are trucks older than a certain age aren't allowed to run in California anymore.
I've heard that one.
A lot of independent truckers can't drive in California anymore.
Okay. So the lefty side of the family explains it as there's just been an influx of people ordering goods off of like the internet or whatever. It just there's just an influx, and so there's just more things coming, and it can't handle the more things. And I was like, well, pretty sure every December there's an influx of people ordering things for Christmas, and they seem to be able to handle that. So the fuck?
Yeah, that's been one of the arguments, but I don't think it's a very valid one, because there's still a lot of places that are having shortages, and
right. You know what? Better not be delayed due to this kerfuffle. My 8750 hoodies that are brand new on the merch shop.
No, I'm pretty sure those will be all right.
They better be. They said that they'd be here mid-November, and I am counting the days. I am so excited.
Yeah. The couple of things I've ordered from Teespring have all come pretty expeditiously.
Cool.
Yeah.
Man, I could have sworn that those orders that came in right away, I could have sworn that was you. Aaron, it's been a treat.
Yes, Yeffi, it is always a pleasure, my friend, and we will have to do this again sometime soon.
Fuck yeah, this was awesome. Plus, this gives me hope that if I'm ever in a real pinch, me and you can just do 8750. This is
Yeah,
we get along like peas and carrots, buddy.
Indeed. Me and Jenny was like peas and carrots again.
I know that one. I know that one. Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Thanks for listening to another episode of I Had to Say It. If you liked what you heard, leave a review, give us a follow, give me some feedback. And if you didn't like what you heard, leave a review, give me a follow, give me some feedback. I'll try and fix it. Check us out on all the social media platforms at I Had to Say It Podcast is the trigger for all that stuff, for the search term. And if you want, check out the website, www.ihadtosayitpodcast.com. There's links to people that have been involved with the program, things I've talked about. There are some links available for some merch that we're working on, and there are ways to contact us there as well. And thanks for listening, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.